Welcome to Comicstorian Classic. Today we're going to be covering Suicide Squad Dream Team. Now this is an oddball book. Today we're doing issues 1 and 2, and this is actually setting up Absolute Power, the big powerhouse DC event that is happening in the summer where Waller finally has control. Out on the sea aboard the USS Collins, lightning strikes, waking up a sleeping Harley Quinn. As she tries to move, she finds herself bound to a chair. Groaning, she's shouting, "Come on, I'm supposed to be done with this crap!" Amanda Waller tells her, "Good, you're awake." Then looks over at the others, telling them that they can go ahead and get sorted. Everyone here will be answering to her, effective immediately. They are all members of Task Force X, and she will be their commanding officer. Deadeye, Amanda's nephew Archie, asks where are they now. Amanda tells him that that's on a need-to-know basis. All they need to know now is that the island of Gamora has access to the most advanced weapons and defense systems in the world. They have reason to believe that those systems are under the control of a group of unidentified insurgents. They can assume the hostiles are taking advantage of Gamora's fragile political state with the removal of their previous president, Henry Bendix. So, for the sake of global security, Gamora's resources cannot be co-opted by radicals. It is crucial that whoever fills the void left by Bendix is someone that the United States can call an ally. Deadeye asks, "Does ally mean someone already in our pocket?" And Amanda tells him, "Better the devil that you know." Clock King chimes in, "Isn't there a defensive dome protecting the island? How are we supposed to get in?" Amanda tells him that they'll be taking an alternate route through the Dream Realm. They'll be entering on this side of the dome and emerging through the consciousness of a sleeping person within the capital. While this may seem unorthodox, it is precisely why this mission will be a success. And if all goes according to plan, completely change the way that they conduct stealth operations moving forward. Isn't that right, Dreamer? Dreamer struggles in her chair, glaring. "Bite me!" Earlier, to see how we got here, at Belle Reef, Amanda's door flies open with Dreamer slamming her fist on the desk. "What the hell is this? What the hell is on this thumb drive?" Amanda scoffs, telling her that it seems curiosity got the better of you. "Didn't it, Dreamer? Shocking, isn't it? And from a sitting U.S. Senator, no less." Dreamer responds, "If you already knew about it, why go through the trouble of breaking into his house and stealing it? Why not arrest him?" Amanda tells her that they're not going to arrest Senator Gravenport. Dreamer shouts, "Those were children!" And Amanda finishes her sentence. "Yet. We're not going to arrest him yet, Dreamer. It would be pointless to remove him now, only to have his chair filled by another nut job, and we'll be back to square one, Dreamer." Dreamer looks at her. "So? You're gonna let him continue? Be complacent?" Amanda slams her fist down. "Do not speak to me like I'm turning a blind eye. Do you realize how ingrained all of this is? Throwing Gravenport out will hardly make a dent. Or I could step back and think about how I could turn this into something that might actually help solve the problem. This is all the tip of the iceberg that gets much, much bigger." Dreamer asks, "So, you're gonna blackmail him?" Amanda tells her, "I am not the bad guy here. There isn't a straight path to progress. Do you really think that your time is best spent as a hero playing whack-a-mole? With your precognitive abilities, not only can you see the future, Dreamer, but you have the opportunity to change it. Direct it towards the good of all. That isn't something I expect all of your super friends to understand. But you do, Dreamer." Amanda places her hand on Dreamer's shoulder, telling her that she knows what it means to be the one to make the tough calls, to be the only one seeing the anvil swinging above their heads. Dreamer smacks the hand away, telling her that the only reason why she is doing this is because she is threatening her home. "Amanda, we are nothing alike," Dreamer tells her. Amanda tells her that that's a shame, because you wouldn't last long in this business if you aren't like me. Back in the current time, back on the ship at the formation of the Suicide Squad, Dreamer asks, "So you want me to bring them all into the Dream Realm? These powers are new. I can barely understand dream travel as it is." Amanda looks at her tablet, telling her, "These people are a capable bunch, and you are a talented young lady. Communications will be off once you get inside of the dome. I'll be in contact through Deadeye's telepathy." Dreamer yells that she never agreed to any of this, and Amanda looks back. Are you refusing? After a few moments of glaring at each other, Dreamer turns to the Suicide Squad. Do not touch anything. So seconds later, to everyone's surprise, the world suddenly fades and melts away. Task Force X finds themselves standing in a bright and sunny forest. Dreamer tells everyone to remember they are just passing through. And Deadeye asks, what? Did we all just go to sleep and disappear into another dimension? Dreamer tells him that this is the Dream Realm. It connects to every sleeping being in the universe. He then asks, how do we know where to go? And Dreamer tells him to look for anything that screams, go this way. Before long, the team notices a rare Gemarin bird flying and the man watching it. Harley asks if this is what the guy is dreaming about. Bird watching? Clock King looks at them. How are we supposed to leave this place? Where is the portal to? Suddenly the world shifts back and everyone looks around the small apartment room that they all just appeared in. Deadeye makes contact, stating that they are within the city. But it's a little strange. This place doesn't look like a country whose government is being overthrown by insurgents. It looks peaceful. Amanda responds, that is an astute observation. Stick to the tree line and we can keep it that way. Harley looks down asking if the guy is supposed to be losing a ton of blood. And is he not supposed to be breathing? Dreamer begins to panic. No, this wasn't supposed to happen. Amanda asks what's going on and Deadeye informs her. If I had to guess, 6 is too many people to be using a guy's head like a revolving door. Dreamer sobs over the man that she just effectively killed. And Black Alice finally speaks up. Are you stupid or something? We're not here to play hero. Do you think that they'd send a bunch of thieves and killers to save people? Dreamer sobs. I didn't mean to. I'm not a... But Alice shouts that they are whatever Waller wants them to be. Look around. This isn't the good guys. They're not even the real bad guys. Bizarro grunts. Bizarro am no crook. Bizarro am hero. And Alice turns to him. No, you're not. That comment sends Bizarro into a rage as he bursts out of the building shouting, Ugh! Bizarro show you! Bizarro ruined day! While the others begin to take off after Bizarro, Harley stops to see Dreamer still looking over the man and asks if it's the first dead body that she's seen. Dreamer sighs. No, I was 15. I saw my mom. I came around a corner and she was laying face up in the yard. It was my fault, too. Harley tries to console her, but Dreamer goes on. It was my fault. I was a coward. The choices I made led to my mother's death, and I swore to make my mom proud, to protect them, to protect people like them, like she did. Harley looks at her. Is that why you're here? To protect folks? Dreamer goes on stating that Amanda threatened her home, that it's a secret alien refuge, somewhere for people from all over the galaxy to live in peace mostly. That in the world that they are in, a kid with 13 eyes is fine. But when Dreamer came out as trans, that was the real alien concept. Still, the alien home is a home to all of them, and Amanda was going to reveal the entire town of refugees just to get what she wants. There's a pause for a moment and Dreamer realizes who she's working with. Waller's going to do it anyway, isn't she? And Harley tells her, there's a real possibility, but you should come with us anyway. Maybe there's a chance she won't. Soon, Dreamer looks back into the dream realm, maybe to find an answer to what Amanda has in store. Mirrors within dreams are supposed to show a reflection of something, be it a possible future or just something to focus on. Except when Dreamer begins looking at them, she isn't seeing exactly what Waller is promising because it's filled with mayhem and pain. She can't tell exactly what it is, but she does see how it ends, and it ends in death. The future and the death are all because of Waller. However, while Dreamer is seeing the fractured future, Bizarro is busy ruining the day, clearing out a path to the Dome Master's control room. Clock King tells him, you know, Bizarro's compulsion for destruction, coupled with his unshakable, if misaligned, ideals, did bring us to our destination. All it took was a little goading by an outburst of youth. And while the structural integrity of the door behind us won't hold for much longer, ultimately that is of little consequence. Deadeye looks at him. Why is that? Because if Dreamer is at all worth her salt, the precognitive will have by now discovered our mission's true objective, to open a way for Amanda Waller to get to this city-state and take control of one of the most powerful city-states in the world. And given that Dreamer is both heroically inclined and youthfully exuberant, it is safe to assume that when she does arrive, she's not going to knock. Seconds before Bizarro can pull on the lever that will disable the defenses, which will allow Amanda Waller to take control of the city, he's blasted into the wall, and that door that Clock King was talking about bursts open. Dreamer steps in with Harley Quinn and some of the island's guards, telling them all to get away from the control panel. But Clock King pulls out a gun. This does not reopen our previous point of discussion. Dreamer asks what is he doing, and Clock King shoots one of the guards. She attacks him, asking what is wrong with everyone. Can't they see what they're doing? Black Alice shouts, "Do you still think you're any different from any of us? You're just as guilty as we are." Soon the team begins to fight amongst themselves, and Clock King watches. Yes, this is exactly as I anticipated. He turns back towards the lever, and while Deadeye tells him not to do it, Clock King deactivates the shields, paving the way for Waller. Dreamer yells out to him, but before she could stop him, Bizarro flies back, slamming her into a wall. "Me am hero! Bizarro finally do bad job! Dream Girl not going to stop Bizarro!" Bizarro begins to choke Dreamer, and just as she begins to pass out, she suddenly disappears. What does she do? "No, wasn't Bizarro!" Just then, Amanda radios in stating that comms are back, and she takes it that the shield is down. But there's a problem. Why does she only see 5 dots on her screen and not 6? Deadeye says that she can ask Frankenstein's monster. He nearly killed Dreamer, and then Dreamer got away. Amanda sighs, telling them all that that's disappointing. She expected a little more fight. But after that telepathy, she takes out her phone, making a call, telling the others that Dreamer has gone AWOL and to run the program. A short while later, Amanda's helicopter touches down, and she tells some of the guards to make sure that no one goes in or out without her direct approval, and that she wants them to find the Nakamura boy. Can't have the alternate narrative getting away before things are in place. Deadeye begins to walk up, removing his mask, pulling out his gun, stating that she has put him through a lot of crap before, but this takes it. "Roping me into some hostile takeover? You're not my family, you're..." Amanda slaps him, telling him that it's Rich coming from the nephew that was plotting to take her out, and don't think for a second that she didn't know about that. There's nothing that Amanda Waller doesn't know. As the rest of the team arrives, they're injected and put to sleep, all except for Bizarro. Amanda turns to him, telling him not to worry, she's got a special mission for her big hero. "Bizarro am hero! Bizarro do special job!" And Amanda tells him, "Good. That's what I like to hear." Later that night, as President Nakamura begins to make her plans to escape, the doors to her office burst open. She jumps out of her chair, asking if it's Superman, but then realizes what it is. She demands that Bizarro get back, but before she can do anything, she's pushed out the window. Later, back on the ship, Amanda Waller begins to sit in her chair as the news plays. A report on the screen talks about an emergency press conference that is going to address the growing concern about an alleged secret alien colony known as Parthas. However, as Amanda closes her eyes, she begins to drift to sleep. Her whole world changes back to an earlier point in her life. To a point when she was married, she had a husband named Joseph, and her husband was a little upset that she was campaigning for Gravenport, knowing the problems that he can cause. But Amanda's argument simply boiled down to, help Gravenport now, and later she can stop the things that he's been doing. Their argument got so heated that Amanda Waller reached out and grabbed her husband by the throat. He broke away and told her not to touch him again and left her. Dreamer then interrupted the dream, stating that she will spare her from the rest of it. It gets gross. Amanda looks back, asking, "What? Now I can't get some peace in my sleep?" And Dreamer scoffs, telling her that that's the story of her life, though she wouldn't call that peace and quiet, more like textbook subconscious guilty. It was Amanda's turn to scoff, going back, telling her to give the hero speech and leave her. And Dreamer tells her that she's giving her one more chance to do the right thing. Amanda says that she's not having the discussion, but Dreamer says good, because she's over the whole greater good shtick. How many people have to get hurt before she just accepts that maybe she's doing more harm than good? Amanda laughs. That's the pot calling the kettle black. How many people died today because you chose to sneak in a bunch of criminals into Gamora rather than tell people the truth over your little alien nest? Dreamer begins to argue with her, arguing that she was pushed into an impossible position. And you think that makes us the same, Waller? Soon, the dreamscape changes, one to a ruined world with death in the streets. Amanda explains that this is one of the several worlds that Superman took over. Worlds like Earth 3 and Injustice. And that she needs to prepare our Earth for the moment that the superheroes try to take it over. Dreamer asks, so you're gonna fight world domination with world domination? And Amanda asks, why are you trying so hard to appeal to my humanity? Dreamer tells her, because I'd like to believe that there's some left in you. Amanda laughs. Just cut the crap. You could foresee my entire strategy and cut me off at the knees, but still you're trying to convince me to give it all up. Could it be that your vision didn't give you the answers that you were looking for? Or better yet, you need me to abort because you saw me winning? That's it, isn't it? Dreamer screams as she pulls back her fist, lunging forward, but Amanda calmly watches, telling her, we are done here. And then there's a small electrical shock. Amanda opens up her eyes and begins to rub her face, waking up. She connects to Deadeye, telling him to get up, it's time to move. And as Amanda reaches out to take some pills to keep herself awake, Deadeye says that she can forget it. I'm not your lapdog. Amanda tells him that it sounds that he has to learn the same lesson as Dreamer, that he isn't in a position where he feels he matters, and what comes next isn't about objective good or bad. The sooner he makes peace with that, the better. Now move. She has a world to save. And that concludes Suicide Squad Dream Team issues 1 and 2.